What's going on, guys? This is Ian. Today I want to make a quick video talking about the jump cancel into Blue RC. Now this was kind of the base from where I was thinking about with the last video about the IED into jump cancel Blue RC. And just so we can get an example right off the bat, as we can kind of see, we do a jump cancelable button, we jump into the air, and then we do a forward, a 6-6 Blue RC, just so we can kind of get some tricky timing right in our opponent's face. Now there are a few things that we want to think about. Who can do this? Everybody can do this. As long as you have a jump cancelable normal, this is accessible to any character. And to prove a point, we'll do it with Pot. Alright, one bad. That's two bad. And that's perfect. So it took me a little bit of time. You'll kind of notice once you start getting into this that all the timing per each button is a little bit different. I'm not familiar with Pot at all, but as you can see, he can do this too. So you don't have to think that it's just a chip exclusive tech. Any character can do this with any jump cancel normal. For instance, we kind of do it with the 5K, right? Now the thing that's worth noticing is that a close slash will have more frame advantage than a 5K. And I'm going to assume that this is probably based on the properties of the normals and might be universal, but I'm not positive, so you might want to check by having your character use their buttons against Soul and have him be reversal 5K so that he can hit you out with his 3K normal if there is a gap. Now we're going to get into the actual breakdown of how we do this, and we're going to break it into a few different steps. The first thing that we're going to think about is that we want to be close enough that we can do our normals, and I think practicing with close slash is probably the best, because I find that because it has the most frame advantage, this is the one that you're probably going to be able to get the most in game. And then once you actually get the technique down, you'll actually be able to land it. People won't be pressing buttons on you because you'll have that frame advantage. So we're going to be coming up close. We're first just going to break it down into a step. I'm going to do close slash. We're going to jump. It doesn't matter if we jump back, forward, neutral. It does not matter which way. I actually find it's kind of comfortable for me to do jump back. So jump 7, if we're thinking numpad notation, into the 6-6 Blue RC. So we're just basically going to do this. And it doesn't matter, you know, sometimes you'll stay grounded, sometimes you will, you know, land a little bit higher up. You just want to be able to practice to make sure that you're not getting a red RC or a PRC. So then the next thing that we're going to think about is that we want to do a 6-6 Blue RC, and I would just practice that on the ground. So just something like this. You know, it seems kind of simple, but really just working on making the individual parts feel strong. That's where the execution can all come together. Now, the last thing that we gotta do is that we gotta put it together. So we're just gonna do a close slash, jump up, 6-6 RC. As you can see right there, I would say that that's a little bit of a delayed. Anytime you start to see the symbol of the air dash, that kind of, you know, golden, you know, circle, I guess, I find that means that you've got the air dash, and then you've got a Blue RC that might take the momentum of that, versus doing a, you know, a 6-6 RC that the blue 6-6 part is actually the one pushing you forward, not the air dash. So we'll practice again, and that's exactly what we're kind of looking for. If you look at my inputs on the left side of the screen, we can kind of see that I like to go with the 7, which kind of translates into up, and then we get that crisp 6-6, 3 buttons for the RC, and it lands exactly the way. Now, my biggest advice for those who are practicing this technique is that you don't want to force the jump. You will have a little bit of time after the close slash to buffer your jump into 6-6, You're just going to make sure that you're utilizing that time, and you'll kind of realize that there's a rhythm to it. If you try to do it as fast as possible, it's probably not going to come out, and when it does come out, it might seem inconsistent. So for the first few times, do it slower than doing it fast. Close slash, pause, jump, 6-6. You might land a little bit higher, you might land a little bit lower. It doesn't really matter as long as the technique starts to come out. You'll find the rhythm that you like and that works with your character, and you'll be able to get this down consistently. And it's exactly the way that we want. Now, once you guys start to understand the technique on how to do this, you know, I think the best thing to do is start playing around with your normals. So see what buttons you can press. You'll notice that certain combinations of attack will let you do, you know, 2, 3, even 4 overheads. Maybe you want to check to see if you can combo if you get a low. That's, you know, it's a really good idea, and it's very specific to your character. So if I'm playing Pod, you know, we can get a combo like that off the overhead. You probably could get a little bit more, and like I said earlier, I don't really play Pod. Now that you guys have a better understanding as to how to do the jump cancel BRC, play around with it, test it out, see what you think about it. It'll probably take some real time, day in and day out, to get used to how inputs feel to do it, but once you find that rhythm, it really does get a lot more natural. And I also think that in the worst case, you still get that blue RC most of the time, so you still have some frame advantage to be able to confirm if you need to get out of that situation, or if you want to, you know, keep pressure on. Let me know what you guys think. If you learned something, leave a like, and yeah, let me know. Peace.